What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the CubCast, our now seemingly daily news series we are running, basing it on all the latest international music news and things like that. As always, a massive shout out to each and every one of you getting involved in the channel. We've literally just hit 34,000 subscribers. It's absolutely crazy. I cannot thank each and every one of you enough, so thank you to each and every one of you getting involved in what the channel is doing. Today, then, we're going to be getting into some really exciting stuff. We're going to be taking a look at the nominations for the HEADIES Awards, a very prestigious award ceremony, basically examining the full kind of breadth of what's going on across African music, and I'm very excited to jump into the nominations that were announced yesterday, I believe. Yeah, really excited to dive into these. I like the idea of a very kind of, I suppose, defined African music sort of award ceremony, rather than things getting thrown into the kind of world music category at the more sort of Americanized award ceremonies. I much prefer this as a way of kind of examining in detail which artists have done what, which songs are the best, which albums have done the most. Like, I really like this as a way of looking at things. So we're going to look at the nominations today. As always, friends, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, of course, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we're going to jump right into these nominations now, which I am very, very excited for, looking through them. I've got everything written down here. We are going to kick off then with a quick look at the best male artist. So the nominees for this one are Adekunle Gold, Burna Boy, Davido, Flavour, Olamide, and Wizkid. So realistically, we've got the majority of the big names in there. Adekunle Gold, I'm assuming this is off the back of the album launch as well. Flavour's been kind of working away at the same time, and Olamide's been doing a lot behind the scenes, but that big three of Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy, I'm assuming they are likely to get nominated most years. Purely because of the touring they do, the amount of influence they have over the scene in general, so it makes sense to see all of those nominated. When we then move into the best female artists on this selection, we see the likes of Simi, TEMS, Tiwa Savage, Tenny, and Niniola all nominated, so no appearance for Amaarae, which I'm quite surprised at, to be honest with you. Again, no appearance for Fave, although I'm assuming that's because Fave is going to pop up in a newcomer section a little bit down the line. But there we go. Interesting. Out of those two, I'm going to presume off the back of the Made in Lagos tour and the deluxe edition, I'm going to assume that's going to go to Wizkid, and realistically, off the back of her kind of explosion worldwide, I think it's likely to be Thames. My favourites over the last year have actually probably been an interesting one. I'd probably say it's between, it's probably Wiz for me on the male one, and I'd probably say it's between Simi and Thames for me, in regards to who I would vote for. Rookie of the Year. Now, this is where we do see Fave's name pop up. We see the likes of AV, Fave, Magix, Portable, and Ugoki all joining up on the Rookie of the Year. Again, for me, I think it's... For me, I'd give this quite clearly to Fave, but then if I was going to put a second place, it would probably be Portable, just for the explosion again onto the scene that we have seen. Song of the Year, then. This is where it gets very exciting indeed. We see Celebrate Me from Pato Ranking on the listing, Doings from Flavour featuring Fino, and we also see Essence from Wizkid featuring Thames. Again, this is a tune that came out a long time ago. I don't know how I feel about Essence still being nominated, considering it came out in 2020. I don't know, it just feels like it's a little bit late in the year to be kind of running it back over a year and a half now. But maybe that's just me. We also see High from Davido and Adekunle Gold, and we also see Mona Lisa from Lojay and SARS. Again, this is a tune that's recently received a very big remix, as has the last track on this list, Peru from Fireboy DML. I've got a funny feeling Peru is going to win this one. Despite the fact that Essence is probably the biggest out of all of these tunes in regards to the longevity over the last year, I'd probably say that Peru is the one that's done the most, and obviously that Ed Sheeran remix is going to help. So looking through this, we move into the best rap album. We see the likes of Olamide with Carpe Diem. We see the Showdown Camp coming up with Clone Wars Volume 5, The Algorithm. AQ with Golden. Mafia Culture Volume 2.0 from Idle West. And we also see Ladipo with Providence. Very interesting selection on this one. Again, some big names involved there. Be interesting to see which way that one actually goes. We then look into the best recording of the year. Now, how this is separated from the best song of the year, I don't know, because there are a lot of similarities in here. We also see, obviously, Essence from Wizkid and Thames, Joy from Falana, Celebrate Me again from Pato Ranking, and Loving Is Harder from Johnny Drill. Now, I'm assuming this is along the lines of a sort of vocal performance, and if that's the case, I can understand it. Joy by Falana is such a banger. We had the pleasure of interviewing her last year on the show as well, so do check that interview out if you haven't already. Now, moving into the best alternative album, this is where it gets really exciting. Nine Asari with from Brimo is in there. We also see Intermission from Ibeji. We also see Legacy from Femi Kuti and Made Kuti as well. Again, this is an album we did have playing regularly on The Breakfast Show. Alongside this, The Cavemen with Love and High Life. Again, an incredible album that is definitely worth listening to if you haven't already. And Wavy the Creator with Thank You for Waiting. And Basket Mouth is on this list as well with Yabasi. Moving into the best R&B album then. This gets really exciting. Before We Fall Asleep, Johnny Drill. Again, a incredible project from what I've heard from there so far. We also see If Orange Was Replaced by TEMS. I've got a funny feeling that'll win purely because of how well that's been received internationally. I know these are African Music Awards based primarily on African music rather than a global kind of opinion, but I feel the global opinion will factor into this. Just a tad. Maybe not all the way, but just a tab, to tell the truth. Now, alongside this as well, we see Falana with Rising. We see Love Deep High Life from Amawumi, and we also see The Prince I Became from Rick Hassani on this list, as well as Tiwa Savage with Water and Gary, her project that came out earlier last year, I think it was. Really, really good project, that one. Now, into an area which we've been covering very, very closely here on CubCamTV, the best Afrobeats album. 19 and Dangerous from A Star, A Better Time from Davido, Barnabas from Kiz Daniel, Made in Lagos, the deluxe edition from Wizkid, K-Pop's Lifestyle from Ajiba Hustlers, and Wonderland from Tenny. This is a difficult selection. I mean, it's difficult for one reason. If this was Made in Lagos as a standalone project, it would probably be that by a long, long way. I would probably be leaning towards 19 and Dangerous or Barnabas, if I'm being entirely honest with you, with the sort of sounds that I like and the way that I've taken these albums in. Very interesting stuff indeed. We also see Best Reggae and Dancehall album, Tamaya with Gratitude, Pretty Boy D.O. with Love Is War, Shank with Rainbow Rhythm, Pato Rankin with 3, and Young I with Yard Man King Size. Very interesting indeed. Then moving into the best rap single. Again, this is an area we haven't covered too much on the channel, but I'm going to try my best with this. AQ featuring Shike with Breathe. We also see Vector featuring M.I. Bega and Feels with Crown of Clay. Vector featuring Good Girl L.A. with Early Momo. Feeling, of course, from Ladibo and Benson, one of the biggest tracks in general last year. Tycoon, Show Them Camp featuring Reminisce and Mojo. And Olamide featuring Bad Boy Tims with Loading. Again, one of the biggest releases of the last few years. Absolutely love the sounds of Loading. That is an instantaneous anthem for me out of those. I mean, Feeling's a huge one as well. But yeah, I'd probably lean towards Loading. Best alternative song is the next one on this list as well. Doings by Flavor, Made Kuti with Free Your Mind, Ibeji with Gonto, Basket Mouth, The Caveman, Bez and Dicely with Hustle, Brimo with Meji Meji, and The Caveman with Silence. Again, another tune we've actually reacted to on this channel. Now, this is where we get into something a bit more interesting, because these are the best vocal performance awards for male and female performances. So, let's get into them straight away, to be honest with you. Best vocal performance female. We see Ayra Starr on Toxic. We see Aaliyah on Alari. We see Niniola on Sixth Heaven. We see Simi on Running to You. Again, that is a huge one. Thames with Essence, of course, and Wajay with Last Time. On the best male vocal performance, we see Brimo on Meji Meji. Johnny Drill with Loving Is Harder. Oxlade on Juju. Again, that's an incredible vocal performance, to be honest with you. Very exciting stuff indeed. Rick Hassani with When I'm Gone, and Tay Iowa with Peaking. Again, the levels are so high when we're looking through these awards. And this next selection is about to be dominated, which I am very excited to see, by a couple of names. But the next selection is the best music video. Champion from Fireboy DML and D-Smoke. It's directed by T.G. Amori. For me, T.G. Amori is the best director out there in this kind of sound at the moment. However, there are a few other ones on this list. The video for Ginger from Wizkid and Burna Boy, directed by Meji Alabi. Rohu by Shike. That one directed by Pink. Rain from Yemi Alade and the Mazanzi Youth Choir. That one's directed by Ovi Etsiatsi. We also see Bling, that one, Black Bones featuring Amaray and Benson. That's directed by T.G. Amori as well. Of course it is. And Running from Ladipo and Fireboy DML. That one directed by Director K. And that is a huge tune as well. I'm surprised that is a tune that hasn't picked up more in sort of nominations elsewhere, to be entirely honest with you. But moving into the best collaboration next, and this is where it gets very exciting indeed. Beggy from Ayra Starr and CK. I knew that would be on this list. Bling from Black Bones and Amaray and Benson. Early Momo Vector featuring Good Girl L.A. Essence, of course, on this list again. I think that might be the most nominated track from Wizkid and TEMS, Feeling, Ladipo and Benson, and Running to You, Shike and Simi again. Best street hip-hop artists is where we get next. This is actually focusing on songs rather than the artists overall. So Bella Schmurda with Cash App featuring Zlatan and Lincoln. We also see Rexy and Mobad with KPK. Again, huge tune, that one. Mobad with Feel Good. Also Naira Miley with Collie You on there as well. Neptunes and Goya Manor with Amino Amapiano, that remix which has done so well. And Poco Lee alongside Portable and Olamide with Zazuze. Again, a huge tune. A real breakout moment, I feel, for Poco Lee and Portable on that one. So, moving into the next section, which is the best Afrobeats track of the year. Now, this is really exciting to dive into. Bloody Samaritan by A. Star, Bounce by Ruger, High by Adekunle Gold and Davido, Mona Lisa from Loj and SARS, Azumba and Badaway from Ricardo Banks, and Peru from Fireboy DML. Wow. I would not have a clue where to go. I think Peru will probably nick it, if I'm being entirely honest with you. I'd like to see either Mona Lisa or Bloody Samaritan get there, though, because they are two incredible tunes. I wouldn't be mad at High either. Overall, there's just so many big tunes in the selection this year. It's been an incredible year for Afrobeats music on a global scale. Now, we move into a much more expansive section next, so we're going to get into the best West African artist of the year. Amma Ray, Angelique Kidjo, Aya Nakamura, Jackie Kiddy, and Nelson Freitas on there as well. So I'm assuming, actually, looking at this, that the majority of the awards above are primarily for Nigerian artists, and that's why we didn't see Amma Ray in the best female artist section. I'm going to assume that's why that is. But either way, she's nominated here, so that's all good. Going into these, where was I? I need to scroll back down to where I was. So yes, best West African artist of the year: Amma Ray, Angelique Kidjo, Aya Nakamura, Gyaki Kiddy, or Nelson Freitas. Again, really cool selection there. Best East African artist of the year: Diamond Platinums from Tanzania, Eddie Kenzo from Uganda, Harmonize from Tanzania as well, Mehdi from Rwanda. We also see Zuchu from Tanzania and Nikita Kering from Kenya. The best North African artist of the year, we see ML Mathaluthi from Tunisia, El Grande Toto, sorry. That's how you pronounce that one. I don't know why I said that was an F. Latifa from Tunisia as well. Manal from Morocco. Mohamed Ramadan from Egypt. And Sulking from Algeria. And then the best Central artists of Central African artists of the year, we see Kalema. We see Blanche Bailey. We also see Daju Fali Ipupa. We also see Enos B and Sorai Ramos, all nominated in that category. And then for the best Southern African artists of the year, we see Black Coffee, DJ Tariko, Elaine, Focalistic, Jar Praiser, and Shasha. Again, a strong kind of South African influence going on that one. Obviously, with the globalization of the Amapiano movement, it's kind of to be expected. Now, moving into the final few categories that we do have left. Producer of the year. Again, this is based on a track they produced rather than a specific overall scenario. This is a much more specific rather than like an overall scenario. So Beats by Jay on Golden by AQ, Blaze Beats by Sinner, Adekunle Gold featuring Lucky Day, again one of my favourite tunes of last year. Nifkeys on Feel Good. We also have P Prime, not Nifkeys, Lifkeys. I don't know why that says Nifkeys. That's my spelling mistake. I do apologise, guys. Lifkeys with Feel Good by Mobad. P Prime on Azumba and Badaway. Feels on High by Adekunle Gold and Davido, and then SARS on Mona Lisa. Again, Mona Lisa on the production levels through the roof, but then so is P Prime's instrumental on Azumba and Badaway. They're all bangers, to be honest with you. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see which way that one goes. Adekunle Gold is the first name up for Songwriter of the Year as well on Sinner. Again, another tune that's been nominated a fair bit. Ajibo Hustlers on Loyalty, Brimo with Meji Meji, Falana on Joy, Fireboy DML on Peru, and Omar Lay on Understand for Songwriter of the Year. So the way the songs have actually been structured. And then the Headies Viewer Choice Awards: A Star, Bloody Samaritan, Fireboy DML with Peru, Joe Boy with Sip, Loj and SARS with Mona Lisa, Neptunes and Goy Manor with Amino Amapiano, Olamide and Omar Lay with Infinity, Rema with Soundgasm, and Wizkid featuring Thames with Essence. And that makes up the full list. Whew, there are a lot of awards to get through on this, and I'm so keen to hear your thoughts on the awards as we go through them. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Some really interesting selections in there, some interesting categories as well. I'm not entirely sure about kind of listing best producers by a singular song. I'd like to have maybe done it more catalogue based, and that's where you get to see the kind of difference, because one song from one person could be like an incredible piece, and then you wouldn't necessarily get that quality again, or vice versa. So yeah, it's an interesting selection though. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, guys. I'm very keen to hear what you think about each of the awards, how the awards are structured as well. Do you think there are people that should have been nominated in different categories? I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you. I do check every single comment that goes onto the channel, so please do get involved. Anyway, that's it from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed your Wednesday afternoon, and we shall catch you all next time. Have a good one, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.